So right after a couple of tests, I finally have something to share to you, about the new weapons and frame in the game. First stop, let's discuss about the FULMIN, the signature weapon of Wisp, which has two fire mode. The primary fire is a silent shotgun, which works like the Arcaplasma. It has short range, and it fires a single projectile. The alternate fire makes it an automatic rifle, which fires rapid stream of lightning bolts at a distance. When wielded by Wisp, the mode switching is sped up, but in all honesty, the mode switching don't really benefit you quite that much. It's because Wisp only decreases the mode switching by 0.5 seconds. That may be good to others, but for me, I really hope that Digital Extremes did go with the silent fire of this weapon, being able to synergy well with Wisp's passive ability. It's just my personal opinion, and this doesn't make the FULMIN a bad weapon. In fact, it's really an interesting, fun, and powerful weapon, if you know how to mod it well, and I'm here to help you out with that. When we take a look at its stats, we can see that it's primarily a crit weapon. Both main and alternate fire does deal a good amount of crit chance, but in return, its status chance sucks. Is it really that bad? Well, not actually. The status chance is not the worst, and based from my experience playing FULMIN, you can actually do a hybrid critical and status mod setup for this weapon. The primary fire won't benefit that much from a status build, because it only shoots a single projectile. However, that single shot can take down a couple of group enemies with ease, especially if they are unarmored. On the other hand, its automatic fire will get the job done. It may have less status chance compared to its primary fire, but the thing is, it does shoot a lot faster, that you can apply the status quite often. In fact, the secondary fire can wreck heavily armored units that are over level 100 plus easily. So basically, the primary fire works perfect for clearing those mobs, while the rapid fire works great for taking down single bullet sponge target. So it took me 6 Forma to finally test all the possible build for this weapon. At first, I tried the combination of critical, elemental, hunter munitions, and heavy caliber mods. My initial thought was, I would like to try out the pure damage of this weapon. With this mod setup, this means that I did not include any dual status mod, and just focus mainly on increasing the damage of the weapon. As you can see, with this mod setup, the primary fire can deal 10k plus corrosive damage, while its rapid fire can deal 685 corrosive damage per shot. By the way, heavy caliber is a good choice for this weapon in my opinion, as its accuracy penalty has minimal effect to this weapon, and yes, it doesn't cause any noticeable misfired shots on both primary and secondary fire when you equipped heavy caliber on it. In addition, hunter munitions is a must for this weapon in my honest opinion, with a high critical chance, damage, and critical damage multiplier. The bleed damage of this weapon will be the primary thing that will allow you to kill even those endgame enemies in long endurance runs. I have no problem with the build at first, as it does pretty well against high-level enemies. In fact, the secondary fire always gets the job done against these heavily armored enemies. But then, I remembered, not all will invest 6 Forma for this weapon, as clearly, it's not top tier like those endgame weapons we bring on long survival runs, that are able to kill a crowd of enemies in just a couple of seconds. Also, although the weapon regenerates ammo over time, and you won't have any problem with ammo at high-level missions, you will most likely consume 1 magazine round per enemy, and, most likely, you will pause for a couple of seconds to regenerate that ammo over time. So that is why, instead of just convincing you to try out my first min max build, I did come up with a more cost-effective build. Less Forma, but it would be as good as the first build. In fact, better with just minimum investment. So instead of adding heavy caliber on the build, and those elemental mods, that takes up a lot of mod space, this build focuses on adding 2 dual status mods, which element composition depends on what faction you are facing, and then, adding the vigilante armaments mod. As you can see, I have the 30% chance bonus of the vigilante mods. It's because I added 4 of those vigilante mods on my sentinel weapon, and then added 1 on my frame, which is the vigilante pursuit. The other vigilante armaments that I added on my FULMIN completes the requirements to get that 30% chance of improving the yellow crits of my FULMIN, to possibly orange crits. So how does this build pairs with the first one? It's stunningly good actually, and in fact, it performs better in my opinion. The extra crit chance from the vigilante mod set does help hunter munitions do some serious damage, even to these heavily armored units. In fact, its secondary fire will just melt these enemies with ease, not only because of the crit and bleed combo, but also with the help of the status chance, which allows us to possibly lower the armor value of these enemies in every lightning projectile that our secondary fire shoot. So that's it. That's how you make the FULMIN powerful. I do hope that I have included all the details you need to know about this new primary weapon, but if you think that I missed something, feel free to share it on the comments box below. Also, I would like to remind the winner of the Equinox Prime access to message me on Discord, and retrieve your prize. Please see the link below for my username on Discord. If you don't have Discord, then you can contact me on my email instead. I will just leave the link below. If still, the Equinox Prime access will be left unclaimed for 3 more days. Then I will have to pick another winner. Be sure to watch out for my next video, as I will be reviewing the new stuff in game. Plus, I will share to you my favorite weapons and frames in the game really soon. Before leaving, don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoyed watching it, and subscribe if you want to see more informative videos from us. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.